Hey, what's going on, guys? 21st October 2024, Monday. Welcome back, Micustomcraftworks, to my leather shop. Doing a Bible book cover today for a customer. Just a simple fold back. This is pink chrome tan leather. I'm edge dyeing or putting a burnishing gum on the edges real quick just to kind of get some of the fuzzies down. I contacted this customer. There is a sunspot, as you can already see right there. I contacted them, let them know that, hey, I could try to dye it a little bit to kind of even it out, and they liked the sunspot, so we're gonna go ahead and just roll with it. So just a little bit of Tokonol along the edges just to kind of knock down the fibers here. Nothing too major. So most of you are probably wondering about the title. No, I did not quit my leather business. that would be a bad thing. I had watched a YouTube video. Somebody that here's a story for you guys. Some leather crafter on YouTube. Only plumber, plumbing only, or something like that. I think it was only plumber, lonely plumber. Anyway, popped in my feed because I run a leather business and that's mostly what I watch. And said, oh, quit my leather business. What's this all about? So video starts out, he is a plumber by, I guess, his day job. And it's like, I had 4 calls today. The last one canceled on me, so I came home a little early. Decided to come into, I guess, his leather studio to make something, and he was like, shows this leather watch band strap, and he's like, this is why I'm giving it up, because this has been sitting here for a month, and I don't know if it was a failed attempt or if it was just like, hey, I don't have the discipline to work my full-time job and do this hobby on the side kind of thing. And like, if it was a failed craft or if it was just, hey, this is all I've made in a month, and if I can't even discipline myself to get in the shop and make consistent product, then why am I even kind of doing this, right? I guess that was kind of where he was heading in the video. And so anyways, he's like, this is my attempt at this, watch band, and it was, I'd say, it was par at best, and I've definitely seen a lot better work out there as far as that goes. And so he's like, yeah, I have all this space, and he quotes something like 460 square feet. And guys, in the background, he's got custom wood bench made out of 2x4s, and the thick 3/4 inch plywood on there. The the $1,500 clicker press from that great leather supply company that everybody buys stuff from. And then he's shows you, he kind of gives you a little short mini tour of his shop. And he's got the industrial sewing machine that's cost $4,000, and he's takes you over to his little folding table where he's got, if I had to ballpark it, just eyeballing it, maybe 8 rolls of leather, 8 sides of leather that probably are like $2,000 easily. And it's like, yeah, this is why I'm giving this up, because I got all this, and yet I can't even discipline or be able to make a leather watch band with all there that I have. And just let me say, guys, I've done a video on it. It's the 10 leather crafting tools that you need, that are essential. It's in the playlist. I'll try to link it in the description from this video. And is these leather beginner kits. They range, you can get them online from anywhere from $99 to $350. I mean, some of them are really nice. They're pretty elaborate. They got the thread, the needles, some sample leather to where you can make keychains, wallets. Some even have like stitching ponies and stuff like that in there that it kind of lets you know whether or not, like, if this is going to kind of be your thing or not. There's covers, the basic, like a hammer and scratch all, and wood slicker for like all the edging and stuff like that. The kit covers a pretty wide gamut of tools. Like, you get into like the $150, the $200 range, and those are some pretty good kits. I mean, the $99 one, it's basic. It's gonna have your couple of tools and some thread and needles, and you're kind of on your own from there. But yeah, I mean, obviously the $350 one, that's gonna kind of have everything that you need really to get started. And I was just thinking, like, man, so many people that are starting out in this, like, they just save a lot of time and heartache and buy the kit before buying all this fancy leather machinery. And like, now what's he gonna do? He's gonna sell that stuff? He's gonna sell the clicker press on Marketplace, maybe get a quarter for what he spent for it. Those are $1,500 brand new from the leather supply that everybody knows where to get those from. I mean, the $2,000 in leather, like, a lot of people, like, I saw my leather scrap by the pound. So, like, a side of veg tan or chrome tan can easily be sold on Marketplace for $150, to where, like, maybe he's paid $300 a side, or like the Cordovan, the shell Cordovan or something like that, like a real expensive fancy chrome tan leather. like Shal Cordovan, um, he's going to be lucky if he gets half what he spent in his leather. So, um, yeah, it just kind of got me motivated over the weekend to, I did a YouTube short this morning. You know, what's your motivation? What motivates you to do the things that you do? What inspires you to want to become better or look to become better? You know, um, I was doing a project at one of the local places, local leather supply stores where I get some of my leather, and um, I had brought some stuff in to show the manager, and I was using their workbench table, and you know, somebody came over and was looking like another customer in the store, just asking me, like what I was doing, what I was making, blah blah blah, and was like, oh, do you hand sew everything? And I was like, well, some small projects like, um, card sleeves or something like that. I can hand stitch pretty quickly. But my bigger projects, I have an industrial sewing machine where I use it for my business, and so he's like, "Oh, you sell your leather?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And so he was like, if I paid you, could you teach me how to sew? And it was like, "Oh, that's a loaded question." And I just told him, I'm like, look, there's a lot to learning how to sew. There's, you know, it's it's something. It's a skill that literally you have to develop on your own. I mean, when I was working in corporate America before I started my business, most of these companies, like you already have your degree in what this job is doing, right? You're already skilled and have the education to perform the duties of the job, this new job that you're starting. Like, first day on the job, you check in with your supervisor or your manager. They have logins ready. You're on the computer in 15 minutes after you're punched in, signed in, or whatever. However they record your time, if your salary or whatever. That most of it you're in watching training videos for 8 hours the first day. Second day you're on the floor or in your department, teamed up with a team leader or supervisor who's gonna basically show you the functionality of your job. And day 3 by lunchtime you're already on your own. Like I worked for a big organization where third day at 10:30 in the morning I was already processing my invoices, already signing my work orders and stuff like that with my name on it, as they were already my customer. Day 3 on a new job, and like literally like just the hands-on training that I got from all the videos of training on the first day. Second day was a full day, all just uh, having any questions and stuff like that. So and then boom, day 3, like halfway, not even halfway through mid-morning, I'm already solo. And that's kind of really what it is like with sewing, like, it's, I can teach the basics, how to, uh, thread the sewing machine, wind a bobbin, um, you know, calibrate it, do the oiling and the maintenance on it and stuff like that. But when the timing goes out, or your threading comes loose on a project, and you got to start learning how to adjust the presser foot and the tensioning knob and all this different kind of stuff. And I have a sewing tech for where, like, if it's above me and I can't get it fixed, like, I'm the one fixing the machine. Like, I'm the owner of my company and I'm fixing my equipment. But to where, if it's a huge problem to where I can't get it troubleshooted within an hour, I'm reaching out to my sewing tech to say, hey, can you come here? I need you to, troubleshoot my machine or whatever. And if he's like, he tells me it's, $150, and I can come in 2 days. I'm booked 2 days out. And I'm like, no, I need you today. Well, if it's today, it's going to be my last stop, and now it's $400 for me to come out on the same day, because now it's an emergency service, and that kind of thing. So, like, to learn how to sew, like, it'll cost you several $100s if something goes wrong with the machine and you not having the knowledge in order to troubleshoot it. So, there's a lot to this business. It's not just making leather products. It's, there's a skill set. There's that craft skill in the trade of learning leather work, but there's more that meets the eye that goes on behind scenes that, a lot of people, even these, leather workers that are businesses like myself, are not talking about. But I'll be the first one to say, like, get yourself one of those beginner kits. Sew up 6 or 7 wallets before you go out and buy the, $3,800, industrial sewing machine from industrialsewingmachine.com, or whatever it is, XYZ company. It's just, to know that I saw, like, in the behind of his background of his video, the huge clicker press, the mighty wonder, and I'm like, oh my god, he's quitting this business. That machine alone's $1,500 back there on that back table. He's got custom made wooden built workbenches, and, like, he's already given up on this trade. Like, and obviously, like, I understand he's a plumber. He already has, like, that's obviously his bread and butter, and that's what's, his focus of his income is. But, he said that he had 4 calls that day and the last one canceled. Like, what if he just sat down and redid that strap in an hour? That where he would have been on that service call, if he would have just redone that strap, how different would it look? That was at his first time doing, a leather watch strap, too. Like, he just gonna throw in the towel after one try? Like, I don't know. I didn't really thumb through his channel to see, like, how many other leather product videos he's made, but this is running this hobby. It's like, somebody who is, somebody that, golfs every Friday morning at, 7:30 in the morning. Like, it's a pretty expensive sport. I guess if it's not a business and it's a hobby, well, then leather craft is a pretty expensive, hobby, you know. There's sports that are expensive, there's hobbies that are expensive. Um, you know, it's comes down to a decision like, yeah, where is your investment? Where are you putting your time in? You know, that, just to buy all this stuff and then try it for a month and make one watch strap. I don't know, I guess I was kind of blown away at this video. Like, that much invested and that's it. He's throwing in the towel, you know. So, um, anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and stitch this up. Please like, share, subscribe. Thank you for my new subscribers out there on the west side of Michigan, Kalamazoo area. I see you guys' comments and, liking the videos. I appreciate the support. Want to give a shout out to my Kalamazoo customers that are out in that area. We appreciate you supporting the business and the channel. Michigan Custom Craftworks, and I'm out.